So this section will wind up taking us up to where there was a fire tower on top of the hill. But again, a great warm-up section. Let you kind of get into the terrain, how your tire pressure is, how your legs are feeling. A little bit of a climb, a challenging rock garden, actually double rock garden section. And we'll make sure to go through that. Yeah, beautiful out. It's been a weird spring after a really warm and easy winter without a ton of snow. I think we had more snow in April around here, and now going into May, than we had in February or March. But the trails have held up great. I don't think they ever really froze. So you want to take the route to the right to follow Coal Knob. The other one goes down over Corn Planter. I have a video for that. But I'll also make a new one coming up here in the next few weeks. Yeah, it's looking really dark and ugly out, so fingers crossed the rain holds off. Whew. So I appreciate everybody's comments from the first video of the season. Had some great input, direct messages about ideas. You know, one of them being about alternate lines. I think that's cool, but also keep in mind that with alternate lines, you know, if it's not something that's within the boundaries of the trails, it could be something that actually tears up the forest. Certainly want everybody to be creative and use the trails to express themselves in their riding. But at the same time, understand that you still want to tread lightly, even if you're coming up with alt lines and routes around features. You know, this was strategically planned and designed for a reason, mapped out, tons of money spent to do the research to make sure that the environment wasn't going to be impacted. So be respectful of that. If there's questions, certainly people to ask. You check with the local cycle shop. That's Warren Cycle Shop. Andy's the man to talk to there. He can give you that feedback. Check with Ride Namba. You know, they'll find out the best answers to you. But certainly, again, want everybody to have as much fun as possible, express themselves, their creativity on the bike, but also be respectful of the trails and make sure that they're not doing any damage to the environment or eroding away from a trail so it doesn't have its normal life cycle. This is great. Beautiful, nice and dry. It's actually been really dusty. I don't know if any of you guys or gals ride gravel, but it's something I've really wanted to shift my efforts to. As I told you guys in the first season, I come from about 20 years of road racing experience. I just don't have the time and energy to keep up that sort of fitness. So I've switched to gravel and really enjoy it and hope to grow the scene here. It's actually one of my favorite sections, coming the opposite way after a nice solid day of riding, coming back in and hitting those S turns that we just came through. All right, we're clear. Is just good fun. a great beginner section. You can take it at your own pace. You know, other than the rock gardens, which just, you know, take experience to get used to. I think just about anybody on their first ride would have no trouble out on this section. It's a great place to start if this is your first adventure. These switchbacks are also good fun, going in the opposite direction. I find this way to be a little bit better of a warm-up, just because you get the steeper climb out of the way. The other side, not as steep, but it is a little longer. The side that comes up by the witch house. So I do generally prefer starting this way. Plus it also gives you a little bit more of a warm-up before you get to the Longhouse sections. If you want to drop in there at Longhouse or that side of Elijah. Important to know your gearing here. Even though it's dry, not tacky, some of these turns are tough to get up and over if you're a little over-geared. So make sure you're always looking up the trail a bit. If you're unfamiliar, try and just keep your momentum. Alright, so we're coming up on our little double rock garden. This one not so tough, just all about your momentum, picking a good line, letting your body sop it up, down and through it, and then boom, you're right back up to a climbing one. So just pick a nice smooth line up over it. Make sure you have your gearing down nice and low. That way you can just crawl over it. Then yeah, you're on your way. Oh, you're up. Good. Oh, you're right. Thanks. Hi. Hi. All right, it's awesome. Great seeing a couple riders out. This is Thursday afternoon, by the way. Figured I would get out today, again because of the weather. It is starting to rain a little bit harder right now. So, try and keep the lens clear. So this flat section up here, if you look, there's a survey marker on top of the hill here. Is where there was the fire tower, so that they could obviously use this height, one of the highest points around, to check and see where there were forest fires. So this section is typically dry. That's why it's another nice way to start. You don't have to worry about getting right in the mud and getting your bike dirty. You just spent time cleaning it before you came up here. But that section on top of the rocks does tend to get a little bit wet just because it is solid rock there. All right. So this will be interesting to really test out the two anti-vibration systems, see what type of stabilization the Gopro has versus the OSMO. Again, totally happy with the OSMO. So let's check out the Gopro. Nice quick downhill section. Couple little jumps to scrub speed off of, but you could really crank it here. Love it. All these little nice features in here when he catches small little bumps of air. Really keep the speed rolling. Now here's the intersection with Elijah and Longhouse. You know, let you get on this side of Elijah where you can take it over to Ursus. It's just a quick little ride over there. But you can also ride that section all the way over back onto the road section of Elijah and then take it deeper into the woods and have the option of Elijah downhill or Bald Eagle. We're gonna go this way today, that way you guys can see the full upper loop. So like I said, that's the section that I prefer to start on. Get you a nice little short climb. Get you into a couple technical sections to kind of just get you awake and ready to roll. And then you can just drop right in to some pretty challenging riding off of the other two options there of Elijah and Longhouse. This section is fun coming this way, or the opposite direction, I mean. Kind of let you start opening things up. There's a nice couple little jumps. There's one right up here. Very flowy. But yeah, this section's also nice going this way. Just amazing with these trails. You know, just such different personalities depending on the direction. You know, some people have never ridden certain trails any way other than one direction. I encourage you to try and ride them both. You'll be surprised what you like. The other part too, you know, this time of year, right now in late fall, but mostly right now just because the weather is better, this is the time to get out. The things that you can see while the leaves are down. I've lived here my whole life, and some of the things that I've seen for the first time, at least from these perspectives, is because of riding these trails. Like, I have a whole new understanding of like the lay of the land and just how unique it is. You know, one of the big things is being able to see rim rock from this side of the hill. I don't know how many times I've been on a car or in a car or on a bike with somebody and they're like, what's that over there across the lake? I'm like, that's rim rock. And they could have been to rim rock, you know, dozens and dozens of times in their life, but just never put it together that it was literally right across the water from the trails. So yeah, if you can, there's probably another couple weeks. The laurel's really going to start blooming here in a little bit. Weather doesn't look great for this coming weekend, so by the time that you see this, hopefully we'll be through it. But yeah, next week I see 60s and 70s in the forecast, so really things are just going to start popping. And once this laurel blooms, especially up here, this is where you want to see it in the next couple weeks in May. It's just a wall of pink and white blossoms. It's really actually kind of amazing. So if you have an opportunity, go ahead, check it out. I'll let these guys through. How are you?
Good, how are you, man?
Good, having fun?
Hell yeah, that's great out here.
One more? Yep, you're good. Let's see where they're at. But yeah, all this green that you see on both sides of the trail, that's all mountain laurel. And that will all be a wall of white and pink here in another couple weeks. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. They're just right up the trail. It has been neat. You know, not that anybody's completely enjoyed or wanted this situation that we've all gone through over the past couple months to ever happen. It's just such a weird time. Who would have ever thought in our lifetime we'd see something like this? But it is amazing to just see the usage of the trails. Oops. You can tell I'm riding 3 different bikes. I have no idea where to place my feet. This section here is one that I recommend to come and see. Here, I'll stop so you can see it. So right down there is the dam. And it's kind of neat how it cuts through the valley, and this is just one of those only spots that you can ever get that perspective. You can't see it from the overlooks. Overlooks are actually that direction. But yeah, to see straight down the Allegheny River from here is just amazing. So again, just another couple weeks to get that view, if you can make it and enjoy the trails. All right, let's get back on it, get some speed here. Who likes that log ride? It's always a fun challenge, especially if you bring a new rider out, get them comfortable, and then see if they want to test themselves on that. Love this section. Just can really just pump into these corners. Great flow. Just rail it. Then pick your speed right back up and hit these. It's so fun. Woo! So fun. It's a great section here too. Just let the bike flow. Yikes, it is looking dark. I don't know if I'll get the reverse of this done. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Stay on the power. It's a little bit of an uphill. Right up here, we're gonna cross the road. So you know you're close to the overlooks. When you see this, you know you're close to the parking lot. Awesome. So any of you riders out there, I'd appreciate your feedback. If you use a chesty, so the one thing that I found, and maybe it won't be this way once I look at the GoPro footage, just because the field of view is so much wider, it always seems to slip down, regardless of how tight I make it. And I wear an Osprey backpack most of the time when I'm filming, and I use the strap to kind of hold it up a little bit more. What have you guys found, other than just cranking it down tight, that can keep it there? I heard the Camelback system with their mount actually works well. So yeah, let me know which chesty, if you recommend one, or if you've got a proven technique. I just try to tilt this up as high as I can, that way I can keep it pretty high. And we'll ride out here so you guys can see it. A couple branches down. It has been windy. Tangled up in them. They're gone. So this is always worth it, huh? Amazing. So beautiful, so fortunate to live in this area, be able to access these trails. Hang on. Oh, we're good. Whew. Beautiful. Yeah, so coming through here, just another section either way, whether you're starting coming the opposite direction from what I'm going, or going this way. It's nice, smooth and open. You know, again, something you can ride on any decent mountain bike, or even a gravel bike. I think this whole upper section could be done on a gravel bike. I'm actually thinking about doing a video of trying it on my road bike, you know, just to see. But so beautiful, so amazing, just a great way to start your ride. You know, and if you are just starting out, this is just perfect. come out this way, maybe come back to the parking lot, take a breather, and switch and go the other way. You know, a couple decent loops can really make it a great adventure, great workout. I enjoy this section here. Boom, a little off camber. Put the power down. Not sure what the good line is here. I always take the wide route down, keep the speed, and popper. And pop it. Boom, boom, almost there. One more turn. And back in to the parking lot.